Hello students. In last couple of videos we were discussing about singly linked list and the operations related to singly linked list. So we have seen three operations up till now in terms of create, that is create at start, create at end and create at given location. Along with that we have also discussed about the traverse operation. So now in today's video we are going to discuss about the delete operations. So again delete will come with three variants, that is delete at start, delete at end and delete at given location. Now if you remember, when we were performing the insert operation or create operation, at that time we used to use the reference pointer p to label that node which we were trying to create. Similarly, now in case of delete operation, we will be labeling p as that node which we will be trying to delete in that case, right? So in delete at start, we may be in a situation initially that suppose our linked list is empty and at that time user is trying to perform delete operation. Now if my linked list is empty, there will be no nodes in my linked list to delete, right? So this delete operation is not going to work, or it is not going to function in that case. So whenever my linked list is empty, that time my start will be equal to null. And as there are no nodes in my linked list to delete, so delete at start function cannot be executed. So we are going to report to our user telling that delete at start cannot be performed. To add, we can also say that whenever my linked list is empty, I cannot go for any kind of delete operation for that matter. So let it be delete at start or delete at end or say delete at given location. If my linked list is empty, there will be no nodes in my linked list, and in that case this particular delete operation is not going to function. A relevant message will be given to our user in the form of printf statement, right? Now second situation is, suppose your linked list is not empty, so here it is containing some elements. So let us take an example over here. So this start will now be pointing to some node in that case. Let us take two nodes in our linked list as part of our example. So this is our first node, it is pointing to the second node, and this second node is the last node, so it is pointing to null. Okay, first node is having data 10 and second node is having data 20. Okay, now delete at start, as we know, the node which we are trying to delete will be labeled as p now. So in this case, which is the starting node, this is the starting node, right? So this will be labeled as p. So our objective will be to find this p. And how I'll find this p in this particular case? In this case, p will be equal to start. In this case, p will be equal to start, because p is the starting node, right? There is a difference in between writing start is equal to p and p is equal to start. What is meaning of start is equal to p? Here we will be giving value to start as p. But what is meaning of p is equal to start? Here we are defining p as the current starting node, right? So we wanted to define value of p, and that's why we are writing p is equal to start. Now we have to remove this particular node, or we have to delete this particular node. And for deleting, we know that there is a function called as free. We have seen that in create at given location. So if I do free p, this particular node will be deleted from my linked list. Okay, this particular node will be deleted from my linked list. But simply deleting this node is not going to help me, because if I delete this node, I should be able to get now this second node as new starting node, right? So I should be adjusting my links before I actually delete my required node. So any kind of delete operation that we are performing, we should make sure that because of deleting of that node, if at all there are some changes happening in the linked list, we should adjust all those changes, we should adjust all those links, and then we should delete that particular node by writing free p, right? So what adjustment we need to do here? Suppose if I delete this particular node p, okay, suppose I delete this particular node p, if I am deleting this node, so what will happen? This node will be defined as new starting node. So my new start will be existing starts next, or I can also write that this start will be p's next, because we have defined p as start, right? So we'll be writing next statement as, I am redefining my new start as start is equal to either starts next or p's next. Both statements are correct. Either I can write start is equal to starts next, or I can also write start is equal to p is next. So instead of start, I can also write p, because p is equal to start. So now the new start will be like this. So this start will now be, this new start will now be pointing over here, correct? Start is equal to start next if I do this. And now I can write free p. Now I can write free p as the third statement. Now I can write free P. So this particular node will be removed. And now my linked list will, if I remove this node, this data will also be removed and this link will also be removed. So my linked list will look like start is now pointing to this node whose data is 20 and its next is pointing to null. Now imagine whether this same code works if I have only single node in my linked list. What will happen to this code? Now linked list is not empty, so it will come here, right? So P is equal to start. So now this will become P. Start is equal to starts next. What is starts next? Null, right? So start will become null. So start will become null and free P. So it will release this particular memory. So if I delete the last node of my linked list, automatically my start is becoming null, which is nothing but my case where my linked list is empty. So the same logic is sufficient enough to handle the last node of our linked list also, where if I delete that last node, my linked list should become empty. So I'll be having two cases in delete at start, that if my start is equal to null, then delete cannot be performed, else I'll go for these three statements where I will be deleting the starting node of my linked list. So let us write logic for this now. So we will have the fourth case in our logic as we have mentioned, that is delete at start. This is our case 4, right? So we'll add case 4 to our code, that is case 4, that is delete at start, that is delete at start, and we'll mention a break. Let us declare that function upwards, that is void delete at start, and let us come down to write the body for this particular function, that is void delete at start. So as I told you, there are two cases, that if your start is null, linked list is empty. So we are going to print a message to our user telling that delete cannot be performed, linked list is empty. We'll give a meaningful message to our user in this case, right? And if our linked list is not empty, if it contains some elements, there is another case which we have seen, where now P is equal to start, start is equal to starts next, and finally I am going to write free P. So this is how delete at start will work. Let us compile this code. Let us execute. Let us create few nodes initially. Okay, I am doing it using create at end. So I have created 4 nodes. We can traverse and see 10, 20, 30 and 40. Now I am doing delete at start. Now I am doing delete at start, which is my fourth option. Which node will be deleted? 10, because the first node that is there in my linked list is 10. Okay. Then, oh, we have not written that which node we have deleted, right? So we can write a printf message also, which is missing from our logic. If I traverse now, you can see 10 is no longer there in my linked list. And again, if I do delete at start, that is 4, 20 will be deleted. See, 30 and 40 are there. Again, if I do delete at start, 30 is deleted, 40 is remaining now. Again, if I do delete at start, 40 will be remaining. If I traverse, linked list is empty. And again, if I do delete at start, now linked list is empty. So delete cannot be performed. Relevant message is printed by our program, right? So what additional thing we can do here is, before I delete and release that, I am going to write a printf message telling that %d is removed or deleted. And what is that data that we have removed? That is P's data. Before I actually free that P, I am writing that this particular data is being removed from my linked list. So this is how delete at start executes. Now let us move on to the next operation, that is delete at end. What is our fifth operation? Our fifth operation is delete at end. So let us take an example in order to understand delete at end logic. Okay. So the next operation that we are going to discuss in this video is delete at end. So again, if we are doing delete at end, our first situation is that linked list is empty. Our first situation is that our linked list is empty. And if our linked list is empty, we know that there are no node in my linked list to delete. So similarly, as we did in delete at start, we are going to just do a printf message telling that delete cannot be performed, linked list is empty. Okay. So let us not go much into that details. Second situation, that linked list is not empty, it is containing some elements, right? So let us take that example. So we'll take an example. So start is pointing to, I'll take 3 nodes in my linked list in this case. I'll take 3 nodes in my linked list, okay? So these are my 3 nodes in my linked list. 10, 20 and 30. So as far as my logic is concerned of delete at end, now I need to find the ending node or the last node of my linked list, right? Which will be termed as P in this case, which will be this node now, correct? So my objective is to find this node. My objective is to find this node. How I'll find this last node? We have seen this logic in create at end, right? But that logic was in terms of Q. Now we are going to write same logic in terms of P. So initially P will be start, correct? Initially P will be start. So while P is next is not equal to null, we will jump by writing P is equal to P is next. Okay, while the P is next, while the P is next is not equal to null, is not equal to null, we will jump by writing P is equal to P is next. We will jump by writing P is equal to P is next. So this is how we will get our P. So initially P will be start, P will be here. Then whether P is next is not equal to null? Yes, P is next is not equal to null. So again P is equal to P is next will happen. Again whether P is next is not equal to null? Yes, P is next is not equal to null. So again P is equal to P is next will happen. Whether P is next is not equal to null? No, P is next is equal to null. The condition will fail, will come outside and we have got our P. So now our objective is to free that P, right? Our objective is to free that P. Before we free that P, what we have decided? That we should be writing P's data, that what element we are removing. So we'll printf that P's data is getting removed. So we'll write a printf statement here that percentage %d is removed and that percentage %d is P's data. Now only removing this node is sufficient for us? No, if I remove this node, what will happen? This data will be removed and this link will be removed. But what about this link? What about this link? Link of the second last node. Now this will go and then be mapping to a garbage value in this case if I directly delete P, right? Now if this node is deleted, this will be my new last node after deleting 30, right? So the next of this node should now be pointing to null. This should happen by my logic, correct? So I should be able to find this node also. So I have to search this node. So I'll call this node as Q. So my objective is to find this Q now. My objective is to find this Q now, correct? And once I find this Q, I'm going to write Q's next is null. What I'm going to write? I'm going to write Q's next is null. I'm going to write Q's next is null. Are you getting this? So for making Q's next is equal to null, first I should be able to find that Q. So what is Q? Q is the previous node, second last node I would say. So whenever we were performing this jump, if I add a statement here that is Q is equal to P, I will be able to find my second last node also. How? I'll show you with help of example over here. So initially suppose, we start here, right? So P is equal to start. So whether P is next is not equal to null? Yes, P is next is not equal to null. So we'll come inside. So here the code is Q is equal to P. So Q will also come to this node. Then we do P is equal to P is next. So P is equal to P is next means P will jump and come to this node. Then again while loop will continue. Whether P is next is not equal to null? Yes, P is next is not equal to null. So we'll come inside. So it will do Q is equal to P. So Q will come at this particular node. Are you getting this? Then again it will do P is equal to P is next. So P will come to this node. Again it will come to while loop. Whether P is next is not equal to null? No, P is next is equal to null. The condition is false and we have come outside. And once we have come outside, you can understand here, you can see here that Q is on second last node and P is on last node. So now I can write Q's next is null. So this statement will be executed. I can printf P's data that is 30 and then I can write free P. So now this logic will work well in this situation. Now also think of the situation that uh, your linked list is having only say one element. Okay, so if I now I had three elements, right? So this becomes P, this becomes Q. If I have two elements, okay, after deleting this 30, okay, after deleting this 30, now I'll have two elements in my linked list, right? So this will become P in that case, and this will become Q in that case, correct? Now if I delete now this node also, if I delete this node also, then only one node will be remaining in my linked list, right? And in that case this will be P, but then who will be Q? So there is a problem, right? So this logic which we have written will not work well if there is only single node in my linked list. In that case I don't have a definition for my Q. In that case I don't have a definition for my Q. So we are writing one more case that my linked list is containing one element. My linked list is containing one element. My linked list is containing one element. So when my linked list is containing one element, this is how my diagram will look like, correct? And if I am doing delete at end, this is the ending node for sure, and it has to be deleted, and start has to be made as null after I delete that particular node, right? How I'll come to know that my linked list is containing only one element? Now when my linked list is empty, start is null, correct? And when my linked list is containing only one element, starts next is null, correct? So we'll write if, else if and else. So my if will stand for linked list is empty, that is start is null, in which I'll printf that delete cannot be performed. Second case will be for me, that is else if, in which I'll check condition for linked list is containing one element, that is nothing but starts next is equal to null. And if my linked list is containing two or more elements, in that case I can have value for P and Q both, so I can have this particular logic. So now when my linked list is containing only one element, I need to delete that, right? So I can delete that simply by writing P is equal to start, because P is the only node that will be starting node itself. So P is equal to start. Then I can write percentage printf statement that what I am deleting. I can make my start as null. I can make my start as null. You can write directly start as null, or you can write start is equal to starts next, it will become null, or you can write start is equal to P's next, that will also become null, right? So objective is just to make it null, right? So start is equal to null, and then finally I can write free P. Then finally I can write free P. So I'll be having three cases in my delete at end. I'll be having three cases in my delete at end. Okay, so let us write logic now for delete at end. So this is our fifth case, fifth operation I would say in the sequence, that is delete at end, where now I am writing a break statement and I am adding that here, that is delete at end, and let us write logic now for delete at end. So we'll come down here, that is void delete at end. So three cases as we discussed. So if our start is empty, this is one case. Second case is if starts next is equal to null, so linked list is containing one element, and else will be that linked list is containing two or more elements. In this case, when our linked list is empty, we are just going to print that delete at end cannot be performed, linked list is empty, linked list is empty. When my linked list is containing only one element, P is equal to start, correct? We can make start as null. We can printf what we are removing. So percentage D is removed. That percentage D is nothing but P's data. We'll print P's data over here, and finally we can write free P. Finally we can write free P. So this is how that particular node, that particular data will be removed. And if my linked list is having two or more elements, then we can use P and Q logic as we have discussed. So while P's next is not equal to null, we will jump by writing P is equal to P is next, and we'll use Q is equal to P to find the second last node. Once we have found the second last node, now its next will be pointing to null, correct? We'll printf what data we are removing, percentage d is removed, and that percentage d is P's data, and finally we'll write free P. So this is how our logic of delete at end will. Let us compile this code. We have forgot a semicolon here. Let us compile this code. So I'll create few nodes first in order to delete them. So I created 3 nodes, you can see 10, 20 and 30. Now if I do delete at end, that is 5th option, which node will be deleted? 30 will be removed, right? And again if I delete, 20 will be removed. Again if I delete, 10 will be removed. Again if I delete, delete cannot be performed, linked list is empty. So this is how the 2 operations of delete are executed, delete at start and delete at end. In the next video, I am going to explain you delete at given location.